Tonight's headlines are brought to you in part by Coldwell Energy and McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Limis. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Summer is officially over as students head back into the classrooms. Also tonight, habits come with a price, and that price will help the healthcare system. And medical insurance extended once more. In sports, we head to the north side for a view and a run. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific, better together.
We knew it was time to make these when we started asking things like, wouldn't it be nice to be able to get a warm cinnamon roll right now? And why can't this kind of muffin come from the same place as a McMuffin? And isn't your coffee lonely without company from a glazed apple fritter? Well, consider these our 3 resounding yeses. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day to the WAMI and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Monday, August 22nd, 2022. The first day of school is always exciting, and there will be lots of changes this school year. Good changes, that is, indicating a return to normalcy after a 2-year disruption due to the pandemic. KSPN visits the island's oldest high school as teens are excited to finally have a full high school experience. The CNMI public school system resumes 100% face-to-face instruction after 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic. PSS implemented online classes in 2020 and then blended learning in 2021. But this year, all students are back on campus where COVID-19 protocols are eased. Mariana's high school principal, Jonathan Uggan.
We're making a pivot to this post-pandemic era, not just in school, but in our general lifestyles. So one big factor of that is having masking optional. That has been decreed by Commissioner of Education. So students are encouraged but not required to wear the masks in class. Social distancing as well has been adjusted, but we still have sanitizing protocols in place to just ensure that our classrooms are clean every day.
MHS was built in 1969 and is one of the oldest schools on island. This year's enrollment totals to 1,500 students, many of whom are excited for a full year.
So this first day of school was actually very relaxing for me because as a junior, I was very able to be there at the school, and despite the rainy weather today, there was a lot of that sunny feeling, that comfortable feeling that I felt when I came to the campus, which was very warming.
Actually I woke up late too today, but I was like, I need to come to school today because, to succeed in life is to always make the first move. So that's what I did, yeah.
So I feel like everyone's starting to become more comfortable being around one another, especially without having masks on too. So yes.
So because it's my last year, I really look forward to being able to work around with the clubs that I've committed myself to, and to really just put that spark into the lower classmen that I had when I was a lower classman joining these clubs, and to really encourage them to put themselves out there, because it's brought me to many places and I want them to experience the same thing.
School, how do you feel?
Yes, I feel super excited. It's my last year here. I'm a senior. I'm excited for so many school events. Just my last year in general. It's so exciting.
This year, students can expect to get the full high school experience.
So we have so many activities planned for our students, from sporting events, our pep rallies, our culture day. So we're looking forward to reinstituting some of our past traditions here at MHS. One of them is the revisiting of our sister school, Seisa High School from Japan. We've been talking to them since last year about seeing how they feel about having our students come over again to do that cultural exchange. And so far it's looking really good, and we're hoping that we get that exchange to finally happen in February.
PSS has implemented Mondays to be half-day for instructional planning and collaboration. Students will get to leave early while teachers and staff stay behind for further training. All schools have resumed face-to-face instruction with the exception of Hopwood Middle School. Because their campus is not fully repaired, students will have an alternating schedule. Smokes and cokes could be going up in price. Consumers may be paying more for tobacco products and sweetened beverages in the coming year. Lawmakers proposing tax hikes on a variety of items that they say will provide funding for health care. The House Ways and Means Committee, under advisement from the administration, will be adding provisions in the fiscal year 2023 budget bill that will increase tax on two products in the CNMI, tobacco and sweets. The first provision proposes a $1 increase on every pack of cigarettes.
Those monies collected will be for the funding, for the operational funding of TCC.
The second provision is to increase tax on sweetened products, 0.2 cents for every fluid ounce. Magnolia says the tax increase will be in effect next fiscal year.
The increase in these taxes was actually also a recommendation that was included in the governor's proposal. So the increase in these taxes would just be for the fiscal year to provide for CCC operations, and should sunset at the end of the fiscal year 23.
The Ways and Means Committee are nearly done with their version of the budget bill. The committee will be introducing the final product to the House this coming Thursday at their next session. In just 10 days, United Airlines will begin direct service to the Mariana Islands from Narita. The flights will launch 3 days per week. The push is on to encourage travelers from Japan to fill them. Our Chris Nelson has more.
It's the restart of Japanese tourism, but with COVID cases still high and the seventh wave of the pandemic in Japan, things are expected to start slowly. Flights from Tokyo to Guam are already running, but there aren't a lot of people in the seats. On Thursday, the NMI launched an aggressive campaign for the Japan market. Trip incentives include a $50 gift card, free PCR test, which travelers need before returning to Japan, a free airport shuttle bus, a booking incentive of 10,000 yen. This will help encourage tour agents and travel professionals to book the trips. These are pretty standard fare. What's not standard is perhaps the best incentive the NMI has ever launched, at least on the guest side of things. Arriving guests who come on the direct flight from Tokyo can play 2 rounds of golf in the Marianas at no extra cost. Guests can choose from 3 participating golf courses: Kingfisher, Lau Lau Bay, or Coral Ocean Golf. Another promotion, non-golfers can go scuba diving at some of the unique Mariana dive sites with a local operator. 2 dives are included and equipment. MVA is funding the activity program in hopes of filling up seats on those flights from Japan. Japanese are traveling a bit. Here's some video from Haneda Airport, but really just domestically. Flights up to Hokkaido were busy this past week, as well as flights to Okinawa. The news of the Mariana-cation packages went out on travel news websites on Thursday, and MVA Japan took the message in person to some of the major players on the same day. First meeting was with JTB at their headquarters. JTB's local company here in the Marianas is PMT and Tassi Tours. JTB is the largest travel agency in Japan, one of the largest travel agencies in the world. There are branches all over the world to help Japanese and non-Japanese guests, and it is over 100 years old. Headquarters is in the JTB building in Shinagawa. Next stop, Hankyu Travel in Minato. Ichikura is on the right in this video. He's the head of MVA Japan, and Kyoko on the left of Ichikura is part of the sales team. MVA's presentation includes both written material and answering questions about the promotions and about the destination. Next stop, United Airlines. United is currently offering the direct service to Guam from Narita as well as Nagoya. Flights to Saipan will leave Tokyo in the evening and arrive here in the early morning. 5 executives from United listened in and had a very favorable response, especially for golf. Their flights are currently scheduled for the next 6 months. With just a couple of weeks until flights start, Ichikura is busy getting the message out.
Opportunities, the Marianas is always nice. It's outdoor, basically. So we can have a social distancing, and there are lots of activities available, natural, beauties, and that's the first of all big advantages for Japanese customers who wants to promote. And the challenges we have is, as I said, the Marianas has been off-shelf from travel agencies, listing. It's not only for the Marianas as a competing destination, same situation for the past 2.5 years, but for us to bring back exposures so that people come to know, okay, the Mariana is available for you to come back and to travel.
Next stop, HIS, the second largest travel company in Japan. They have over 150 branches and 12,000 employees. Sports Nippon says they're interested in putting together small golf tournaments and other sporting events in the Marianas. Veltra is an online travel agency, and they've become a major player in the activity space over the last 15 years or so. Many of their staff, though, currently working from home as they deal with the pandemic. This week, social media influencers from Japan have arrived. They were in Saipan yesterday. They have split up and gone to Rota and Tinian today. Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
All right, coming up, more talk about insurance benefits. Stay tuned.
When drivers maintain safe speeds and practice other safe driving behaviors, safer walking environments are created for you, your loved ones, and others in your community. Look out for pedestrians everywhere at all times. Use extra caution when driving in hard-to-see conditions. Slow down and be prepared to stop when turning or otherwise entering a crosswalk. Yield to pedestrians in crosswalks and stop well back from the crosswalk to give other vehicles an opportunity to see the crossing pedestrians so they can stop too. Never pass vehicles stopped at a crosswalk. There may be people crossing where you can't see. Never drive under the influence of alcohol and/or drugs. Follow the speed limit, especially in school zones and in neighborhoods where children are present. Be extra cautious when backing up. Follow the rules of the road and obey signs and signals. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the CNI Department of Public Safety.
All workers have the right to a safe workplace. Employers must provide a workplace that is free from recognized hazards and comply with applicable OSHA standards, including proper reporting of injuries. Training needs to be done in a language and vocabulary employees can understand, and an OSHA information poster must be displayed prominently in the workplace. Workers, you have the right to raise a safety or health concern with your employer or OSHA without being retaliated against, and request an OSHA consultation of your workplace if you believe there are unsafe or unhealthy conditions. OSHA can help. Free assistance to identify and correct hazards is available to small and medium-sized employers without citation or penalty. So look out, speak up, and stay safe. Job safety and health, it's not only good practice, it's the law. Check out OSHA.gov or call 664-3154 or 3155.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. The CNMI remains under a state of public health emergency, which means an extension for free medical insurance. Presumptive Medicaid is expected to be extended until next year. Hospital Chief Esther Muñoz states the last extension for presumptive Medicaid was expected to end this October. The CNMI is supposed to be notified 2 months prior the lifting of the public health emergency, but none has been received. As long as the CNMI remains under a public health emergency, presumptive Medicaid remains ongoing.
The public health emergency will now be extended, likely be extended another quarter, which is in October, so October, November, December, January. So looking at January 2023 for the public health emergency to end.
The federal healthcare program was implemented during the early parts of the pandemic to assist all those infected with COVID. Since then, there has been an influx of patients availing of the service. In a media briefing this afternoon, Acting Medicaid Director Vicenta Borja states they currently have 3 eligibility workers in Saipan, 1 each for Tinian and Rota, and a supervisor as well. But with the influx of patients, plans are on the way to help ease the influx.
All plans, A, B, and C, would involve hiring temporary staff. That's something that we have yet to discuss and work with the governor's office.
The Commonwealth Utilities Corporation informs the general public of a scheduled water service interruption this week. Residents of Finasisu can expect a water service interruption scheduled for Thursday, August 25, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Customers in the affected areas will experience low water pressure to no water during the outage period. The water interruption is to allow CUC's contractor for the Finasisu waterline replacement project to relocate a fire hydrant. Customers should expect normal water service soon after the replacement. All right, folks, don't go anywhere because we have sports up next.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific. Better together.
My doctor gave me the pills, so they must be safe, right?
If taken exactly as prescribed, short-term use can be safe, but painkillers have real risk. Misusing an opioid painkiller can cause serious harm, including addiction and death, and misuse can happen quite easily. Make sure you never mix them with alcohol, antidepressants, sedatives, or sleep aids. And if you are prescribed an opioid, you need to tell your doctor about any other drugs, including herbal supplements that you are taking. It only takes a little to lose a lot.
This project was supported by a grant from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation. Contents are solely the responsibility of CHCC and do not necessarily represent the official views of the CDC or the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under sea NMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
Enjoy the beauty of Saipan's North. Athletes and KSPN heads to Marpi for a view and a run. About 100 runners up and early on a Saturday for the inaugural Grotto 10K run in Marpi. This 10-kilometer race starts near the entrance of one of the most famous diving sites in the world, the Blue Grotto. Runners then dash to the Bird Island Lookout, entering the muddy road of Chalang Calavera. Turnaround point is by the cave and then back to the finish line. Dr. Lily Muldoon dominates this inaugural race by crossing the finish line first with a time of 44 minutes and 57 seconds. She is the overall winner, also topping the women's division. Muldoon is followed by Dixie Mendenhall for second place in the women's division. Her time, 47 minutes and 56 seconds. Third place is a young student from Saipan International School, Tiana Cabrera. She finishes the race in 51 minutes and 38 seconds.
What a race that we had today. It was quite fun and a unique race. I think that it was a little bit further than what Saipan typically does. To do a 10K was a great distance for us, and special because we were doing it up in the north part of the island in Marpi, which honestly is one of the most beautiful places that you can run. And it was nice to get off Beach Road where they typically do their races and have be up in the north where we get to enjoy the ocean and the trees, and it was spectacular.
In the men's division, Sildri Villoria finishes first with a time of 45 minutes and 5 seconds. He is also the second overall runner to cross the finish line.
It was really fun. It was hard at the beginning, but really rewarding in the end because it was just all downhill. All that hill work really paid off. And if my professors are watching, hi.
Second place is Michael Mancow, who is only 12 seconds behind Viloria. Mancow was leading the race when Muldoon and Viloria overtook the lead on their way back to the grotto. David Zhao, a student from Agape Christian School, came third with a time of 48 minutes and 19 seconds. Here are the highlights of this inaugural 10-kilometer race. Run Saipan President Edward de la Cruz has this to say about this fun and memorable event.
Half a day, CNMI. We'd like to thank everybody that took part in the inaugural Grotto 10K run here at Grotto down here at North. So the course was basically here from the Grotto directly down to Calabar Cave, an additional 500 meters, and that makes this exactly a 10K 6.2 mile course. Right now we've had an amazing turnout. We had 95 registrations and we had 95 runners that started the starting gun this morning. I'd like to thank everyone that came here and had a part in this. Thank you, Department of Parks and Recreation, Division of Parks and Recreation. Thank you, Saipan International School. Thank you, Northern Marianas Athletics. Thank you, Northern Marianas College. Thank you, Laddie Built, for providing the refreshments. Thank you to Tan Holdings and TSL Foundation, Tan Su Lin Foundation for providing t-shirts for our runners here today. Thank you to MHS RTC Dolphin Baton as well for volunteering today. Thank you, MHS Dolphin. It was an amazing event. I hope to see everybody again next year for the second Grotto 10K. Thank you so much also KSPN, Marianas Variety and Saipan Jimmy for covering this story. You guys are amazing. You guys rock. Suzumasi, thank you.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goats Gym, and today we're going to go over the kettlebell deadlift. Fantastic exercise to build overall strength, particularly in the legs and hips. Remember, we want to make sure that our setup is in good position. If you set up in a bad position, it's not going to look good and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common error setup is obviously a rounded upper back. 2 simple ways of correcting that. All I'm going to have Vince do here is extend his arms up here, and all he's going to do is think about reaching long and pushing his hips back. Reach long and push your hips back. So as you can see, he's already in good position. Now all he's going to do is grab that kettlebell. He's got tension in his legs and in his back. All he's gonna do is just stand up tall, finish with his glutes.
And for the KSPN weather report, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms. West-southwest winds 5 to 9 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms. South-southwest winds 6 to 8 miles per hour. High 86, low 77. The humidity 100%. Tomorrow, cloudy with isolated showers and possibly thunderstorms. South-southwest wind around 7 miles per hour. The marine forecast generally moderate southwesterlies will prevail across the region through Tuesday. Southwest wind 5 to 10 knots, wind waves 2 feet or less, seas swell 3 feet. A tropical disturbance forming west of the Marianas will bring showers, thunderstorms, and gusty conditions starting today through Tuesday. The sunrise 6:03 a.m., high tide 6:14 p.m., low tide 11:02 p.m., and the sunset 6:36 p.m. All right, folks, there you have it. That is your Monday edition of the news, sports, and weather here in the Commonwealth. We thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday.